Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. And already with this live stream, I've got a bit of a problem because I can't hear anything, but hopefully you guys can hear me, fingers crossed, we will see. And thank you everybody for tuning in before the live stream even started, and so many of you in the house already. So let me have a little look into the live chat room and let me get you guys up on screen as well. It might be one of those that I can't hear anything that's going on, but it has happened before. So hopefully I'll be able to get through it. But thank you everybody for joining me tonight. We've got Jeannie and Abby and Odyssey of Ascension, who I saw very early on at about 10:30 in the UK's time, so that's about an hour and a half ago, because I was trying to set up things, just editing things ever so slightly, including the round edges at the top of the live chat room, and I changed the colour. You'd be amazed at how long it takes to do something like that. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. We've got Reb and Rose and Deborah and Carl and Lucy and Lisa and Jen and Paul and Laura as well, and Nancy and Susan and Dennis are in the house as well. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going out okay. It looks like Carla is buffering at the moment on her screen, but the feed that I've got here at the moment seems to be smooth. So hopefully it's okay for the majority of you guys out there. Obviously, it depends on your own connection. If everything's okay here, and I've got the green light, so it seems like it is going okay. But we will see how we get on in the future. So, getting into this live stream, I did have some big news, and do have some big news that I'm sure you guys have already seen. We've passed 130,000 subscribers on the channel. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button and also hitting that thumbs up. So it's amazing to think how many there are now subscribed on the channel. And one thing that I do want to go through, and hopefully you guys can hear me and see me okay, because there are so many subscribers now. I've realized that with these live streams, we haven't really got any guidelines or things that new people can come along and know how the live streams work and how the moderating works and all that kind of stuff as well. So I'm going to be covering that before we get into the first video, just to let you guys know the lay of the land, how these live streams work, but also what the moderators do and will do in the future as well. Just before we jump into that, we have had some action in the super chat window, and this is Marilyn. Hello Marilyn, thanks for joining me and us tonight. It is a $5 donation, thank you for that. The message is, hi, hey, and hello Phil, would love to see more of your cartoons, with a heart. So thank you for that, Marilyn, and it's certainly a possibility in the future I could do that. At the moment it was just a special thing for my birthday that I did. I'm not sure whether everybody wants to see them, but maybe I'll do some kind of poll or something where people can vote and maybe have a vote for some cartoons. But also, you can see that I've changed the top of the super chat window as well. While I mention things on screen, let me get the names of my patrons going along the bottom of the screen. And I'm amazed that this is all working. I can't hear myself, which is a bit of a problem, and I won't be able to hear the videos either. But the color coding seems to be working at the moment, because I tried to make it the same color as the logo, and it seems to be okay. So anyway, just while I'm blabbling on, is that a word? If it isn't, I've just made it up. The names at the bottom of the screen make every single video possible on this channel and these live streams as well. So thank you guys so much for your patronage over at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. If you're interested in getting involved over there, helping to support the channel and also getting your name on the screen on all of the live streams. So thank you guys so much for your support, and you know who you are, and a lot of these do pop up in the super chat window in the live streams as well. So thank you guys so much. Right, we are going to be getting into these guidelines that I haven't mentioned yet. And I did set up something else on the screen. I don't know if this is going to work, but I might have to get rid of that. And Also, I was asked earlier on Patreon, which we will get to take a picture of what I look at during the live stream and what I'm clicking and what I'm organizing. So I did take a picture earlier, and we'll have a little look at that later, and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at when the live stream's going on, so that maybe you guys get a bit of an idea as to why I'm clicking wrong buttons all the time and it all goes pear-shaped, but we will see how it goes. But anyway, right, that is working great. So I'm going to have to look at my own screen here, but the live stream community guidelines. So the first thing that I want to say is to be kind to the moderators, and the moderators, just in case you don't know, have a wrench next to their name, and they'll pop through the comment section, that chat room. Now and again you'll see them, and Carla's in there tonight, and Laurie's in there as well, I think, and Neil, who has just popped into screen. So the moderators, just check that all the comments are okay. Obviously there's no bad language, all that kind of stuff, and they do work really hard on these live streams, especially considering that we have so many people now that are joining in with the live streams, but just in general on the channel as well. So a massive thank you to the moderators, and also just try to get an idea that they're doing a lot of things at once. I haven't got loads and loads and loads of moderators, so there's usually only 2 or 3 in the live streams, so they are doing a lot at the same time. A massive thank you to them. Give them a little bit of leeway, don't get too angry with them if they maybe take time to respond. Also, I did see Laurie in the beginning of the chat with people saying hello to Laurie. This is the problem, that there are so many people that Laurie can't respond to everybody because they go through really quickly in the comments. So don't get too worried or, I guess, offended by that. I think everybody understands. This is the good thing about the community here that we have on the channel. I think we're all pretty much switched on. We know how it works, and we're a community that know each other. And we do get a few extra people that do join in every live stream, of course, because the numbers are going up. But the other thing that I want to mention is that in emails and in a lot of messages on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of those different social media platforms, I get asked to look at videos, and it's not just videos of known performers. It might be somebody playing their guitar in their room, or a cover that they've done, or their daughter or their granddaughter, and you start to get the idea that there's lots of links to things that I receive. And what I want to make sure doesn't happen in these live streams is that we lose the community aspect. And I guess the problem would be if I got all of those messages that popped up in a live stream, if we are trying to talk to each other in the chat room, and if you guys are trying to interact with each other, we'll have the same problem, that it will just go through so quickly you can't actually have a conversation, and we lose the community side of the live stream, which I definitely don't want to do. So having said that, moving forward, like I said, I think we're all pretty switched on, but for new people that are joining in now, if you do start linking and putting maybe links to pictures or websites or videos, and the moderators think that it's a little bit too much and it is maybe dragging down the community side of the chat room, then they'll just have a very kind, gentle notification that they'll give to you just to say that maybe take a little bit easy on the links. And if that happens again, then they'll maybe give a slightly more severe notification that, you know, this is the second time. And the third time is when the moderators will take action. And it's down to the moderators to decide how many of those do breach the rules. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you start linking and, you know, doing things that fall outside that community background that I've just outlined. So it's something that, again, please respect and have a little bit of appreciation for the moderators, because they do such a great job. And I don't think this is something that's going to apply to most of us anyway, but now that we've got to 130,000 subscribers, I just have to lay down a little bit of a precedent so that going forward, we know that we're not going to be hit with loads and loads of links in the chat room, and then people can also refer back to this, but people now in the chat room will know how it works and get a lay of the land, so that going forward, if somebody does keep on posting over and over again with lots of links and trying to send people to particular websites, then they'll be warned and then warned again, and then the third time is when the moderators can then remove a comment, and that's going to be pretty much that final step, is when it is just consistent. But anyway, it's a bit of a long start to the live stream, but I did just want to cover that because it's something that I think moving forward we need to have in place to try and keep the community aspect of the live chat room going forward, because we are getting a lot of people, which is great, but with more people we need to be a little bit more controlled with the way that we do things. But a massive thank you to the moderators who are in the house tonight, and Carla, Laurie and Neil, who is in there as well. So let me now move on, and I'll try and remove this from the screen and get the super chat window up on screen again, because we have had a little bit more action in there, and I'm going to have to look over on this screen. Actually, I'll show you guys in a second the screen that I'm looking at, because then you can get an appreciation of it. So Heather has donated $2.79. Thank you for that, Heather. The message is, Phil, how can I change the amount of my donation? And I'm not sure how to do it, because I've never done it from the other side on the live stream, because I'm always looking at the screen and I wouldn't know how to do it, and even if I could donate to myself. But maybe there's somebody in the chat room that can help out with this question and maybe explain to Heather how to donate if you have donated in the past. But unfortunately, I'm not sure how to change the amount, so it is a question for the chat room, and we will see if we can get anything on that in the future. Hopefully there are some people that will be able to explain it so that it's understandable. And thank you so much for that donation. Deborah has donated $3. Thank you for that, Deborah. And it's a man doing a thumbs up, so thank you for that. And we've had a donation from Yoda Kane, and it's a straight up $10 donation, so thank you for that, Yoda. Very much. I was going to try and speak like Yoda then, but I couldn't think quickly enough. It was going to be something like appreciative I am, but that's just rubbish. So thank you so much, Yoda, for that donation. And I won't give up my day job, because I don't think impressions are going to be something that I'm going to really take to after that. Anyway, Nancy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Nancy. And it's the man lifting the weights saying, keep it up. So I will try my best. Thank you for that. And Carl is in the house and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. And we all know what this is for. It's getting in early, cross the pond and rock on. Okay, I did it again. So there we have it with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Carl, and for joining me and us tonight. And Kathy is in the house as well. Thank you for joining us, Kathy. The donation is for $2. Thank you for that. The message is, Phil, I don't want to be a moderator. Take me off. So yes, I will do. What I'm waiting to do is, if Kathy can comment during the first video, because I will be in the live chat room, that's where I can edit the settings. So I can look for your name and I can remove you from the moderation thing, or I'll look for that option. And don't worry, it will be sorted during the first video. Just comment at any time and I'll be able to do that for you. But thank you so much for that donation. And Kathleen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kathleen. The message is, think I'm a rocker now. So thank you for that, Kathleen. And you definitely are. I think we all are. I think we're all just part of so many different genres that it doesn't matter. We're just music lovers or musicians. I think we get such a great mix of people on the channel as well, because we do have professional musicians who are commenting. We have people who play as a hobby, and also instrumentalists of all instruments. They're violinists and saxophonists, and you name it. You can find them on the channel in that chat room, as well as just music lovers who don't play an instrument and might not sing, but they know a lot about music because of being so involved with it throughout their lives. So a great cross-section of people that we get in the chat room on the live streams, and also just in the comment section in general on the analysis videos. But thank you so much for that, Kathleen. And Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is add to the Cross the Pond fund with a smiley face and rock. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. And the message is, on your USA tour, what is on your backstage rider, with some rock horns? I'm not sure. Orange squash. There you go. Probably some summer fruits as well. I had that last time, and it's a very safe drink. I don't drink alcohol, which is probably best anyway, because I think I haven't drunk probably in, I don't know how many years, 18 years, maybe since I was at university. I just don't like the taste. It's not something that I'm making a stand, and it's something that I do for my health. It's just I don't like the taste of alcohol. So it wouldn't be anything like that. Probably maybe some Turkish Delight or something, but obviously not too much. Everything in moderation. I'm not really much of a wild person when I'm playing live. I just want to make sure I've got enough water. Maybe some peanut M&Ms, they're quite nice. But then after a few dates on the tour, I'll just start putting on more and more weight, and then people won't recognize me when I go on stage because of all the M&Ms that I've eaten, as well as Turkish Delight. But anyway, thank you, Kevin, for that. And Marge has donated $2. Thank you for that. And the message is a vote for cartoons. Double thumbs up with a smiley face. So thank you so much for that. And Kay has donated $5 and says, how's it going with a guy, the same guy that we saw earlier, lying down? So thank you for that, Kay. And we are going to get into the first video soon, because that's the chance that I will get to then have a play with the moderation settings. But just quickly, I don't want to miss any of these donations. Heather has donated $69.99. Thank you so much for that, Heather. The message is, hey Phil, you're an inspiration, still don't agree with Sharon, laugh out loud. You rock, cheers from Canada. So thanks for that, Heather. Massively appreciated, and a crazy donation, but thank you so much. There's been another 2 donations, and Carla has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Carla. And thank you for moderating as well. Like I said to Laurie and Neil as well, thank you guys so much for doing the job that you do on these live streams, and thank you for that donation, Carla. The next donation was for $10, and that was Oberon 1007. So thank you for that. It's just a straight up donation, and this is amazing to have so many donations so early on in the super chat window before we even get to the first video. So thank you guys for all of your support on these live streams. Also, Gary has just popped in as well with a $10 donation, and that's a straight up donation as well. Thank you so much for that, Gary. So I am now going to be playing the first video of the night, and this was requested over on Patreon. Actually, before I do that, let me see if I can show you guys the picture of what I'm looking at, because obviously now when the live stream starts, everything starts lighting up and colors start going, and obviously I see a notification for the super chat window and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to attempt to show you now what I'm looking at, fingers crossed, and I'll quickly explain it and then we'll get into the video. So let me see if I can now find the picture, and here it is. So this is the screen that I'm looking at with the camera on top, and you can see me taking the picture on the screen at the bottom left-ish. So this is the screen that, with your support, I was able to buy, and for reference, it's 4 times the pixels of a normal screen or an HD TV, which means that I can get all of these windows that you can see on the screen at once, whereas I could only get 2 of those on the screen at once, so it's a bit of a nightmare. So anyway, looking at the screen, we've got my... You'll probably see the squares that are lots of different colors, and those are the things that I've got to click in order to get things on screen, like the thing going on the bottom of the screen at the moment, and the like and subscribe at the top left, and starting videos, stopping videos, doing the super chat window, doing the live chat window, getting them to appear and disappear, and starting the backing music, making sure the mic's okay. And that's those squares. Those are the triggers that I'm clicking all the time. And on the right hand side, well, just next to that, you can see some notes that I make about suggestions over previous weeks and this week's requests. And then the one on the right hand side is the actual streaming software, where I have to load everything into, and then I have to attribute those videos to the colored squares on the left. So anyway, there's lots of things there that I have to upload. Anyway, underneath that, you get the window that's YouTube, and you can see that it tells you the stream health, the viewer activity, analytics, all that kind of stuff. The middle screen is the suggestions, requests from Patreon that I look at. The picture of me taking a picture is the screen that I look at. So when it's live, I see the live feed because there is a bit of a delay on it. So I try and not look at the delayed feed because I get really confused as to what's happening. And on the left-hand screen, that is the delayed feed. So I can still see if I'm live or not. And this is the problem that sometimes when I'm not live, because I'm looking at the screen in front of me, I can't see the screen on the left that's saying you're not live. But on that left-hand screen is where the messages show up. You can see the super chat window type thing. At the moment, there's nothing in it, but that's where I look in order to read all of that. And then the camera's on top of the monitor, which is pretty self-explanatory. But anyway, that is what I'm looking at. It all gets a bit hectic. Oh, one thing I didn't have on the screen there, or did I have it on the screen? I didn't have it on the screen. I've also got a mixer in front of me, which is for the microphone, so I can see the levels, but I can't hear anything. That's the problem with today's live stream. Normally I can hear everything that's going on, but unfortunately it's not the case for today. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's the most important thing. So let's just jump into the first video. This was requested by Deb over on Patreon, but also, and that's Poet's Dreams, by the way, if you want to look out for her in the live chat room. But it was also requested by Deb and Lisa and Debbie and Lynn and Sally. So this one was requested a lot, different versions of it, but I've gone for the acoustic version of Paris Nord, and I'm going to be in the chat room messing with the settings while this is playing, and hopefully it's all going to be okay. But I'll see you guys after this. Rock! Hello, Phil here, obviously. This is going to be my acoustic version of one of my album tracks called Paris Nord, and I'm going to film another bit after this and edit it in so that I can sing the other part of the chorus with myself. If I had known, if I had known for just one moment you'd be gone, it's not okay, we want to know, lost in your eyes, Paris night skies, both hypnotized. Find a way to find your way, spend the night with you in Paris Nord. It's so unfair, you left me there, you took the 9:35 from Paris Nord. In a heartbeat, you were gone, like ships in the night, love at first sight, holding you tight. You left me there to the 935 from Paradise North. Left with just her aroma from our standstill adventure. Now I'm stuck in a world of regret, and it's 9:35. I'm not happy, but I feel alive. So much I wanted to say, but now it's too late. Find a way to find your way. Spend the night with you in Paradise North. It's so unfair. You left me there to the 935 from Paradise North. You're to the 935. You're to the 935. You're to the 935 from Paradise North. Hello, thank you so much for watching my acoustic version of my track called Paris Nord. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to do something a little bit different this month, so just a guitar and a vocal and another guitar and vocal behind me as well. But the names that you can see going up the screen here are the names of my patrons who I'd like to say a massive thank you to for making this video possible and making all of my analysis videos possible as well. So a massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are. If you want to get involved yourself, head over to www.patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and if I don't see you over there, I'll see you guys at the next video or in the comments section on YouTube. So I'll catch you guys later. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Paris Nord, the acoustic version of it, and it's certainly a new experience to sit through it in silence and just hope that I come in on time saying that that was Paris Nord. But I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and thank you for requesting that. Now, unfortunately, I can't find a comment yet from Kathy, and trying to go up in all the names because there's new comments, it means everything shifts, and I can't find Kathy's previous comment because there's been a few comments so far in the live stream. So I'll keep looking out for Kathy in the live chat room and hopefully catch one as it goes through, so then I can change the settings. But if that doesn't work, we'll have to address it after the live stream, and I'll have to try and work it out some other way. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and all of the action in the super chat window. Let me just get this on screen, and now you know what I'm doing. When you've seen the screen, I was clicking on the super chat window screen to get it to pop up and then be able to see it, and with the nice curved edges that I put on earlier. Oh, these things that I do. I think it's probably a form of OCD that I can't stop just editing things ever so slightly. But anyway, we've had a lot of action in the super chat window. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to have to scroll up because I want to make sure I don't miss anybody on these live chat room donations, super chat window things. So we had a $10 donation from Gary, and thank you for that, Gary. By the way, Kevin followed that up with a $2 donation. Thank you for that. And the message is Van Halen's Rider, no brown M&M. So is that true? I think I might have heard something like that, but I think maybe it's a bit tongue-in-cheek or M&M in mouth. But thank you for that, Kevin. And Amy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Amy. The message is just for you. Keep up the great work. So thank you for that. And we have Karen in the house, and this is a $4.99 donation. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, you're an inspiration to me with a picture of a guitar. Sending you cyber peanut M&Ms and orange squash. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And Amy has donated again. underneath that for $1.99. Thank you. The message is don't drink for taste reasons too, with a thumbs up. So it's just something, obviously, hopefully that, well, it's good to know that I'm not the only one, but hopefully people aren't drinking because they are not liking the taste. I think sometimes when you drink something for a long time, you start to get used to it and then somehow you like it. And I think that is the case with alcohol. I just have never really got to the point of drinking so much that I then start to like it. So I just stick with my orange squash, which is a lot safer for me anyway, because then I make fewer mistakes, or at least imagine if I did drink how many mistakes there would be on these live streams. But thank you for that, Amy. And Deborah has donated $5. Thank you for that. And it's the guy lifting weights again saying, keep it up. So thank you for that. Pam is in the house as well. Hello, Pam, and has donated $14.99. Thank you so much for that. The message is, okay, thank you for uniting the world through music. So thank you, Pam. I'm not sure it's quite the whole world yet, but it's certainly a section of it. And it's great that we can all get together here on the live streams and interact with each other live, because it's something that really does break up the analysis videos, but it also helps to touch base with you guys and be able to talk with you rather than just doing it offline, I guess is the way to describe it, and not live and just doing a comment and then maybe seeing a comment a few hours later. This is just instant, which is great. So thank you so much, Pam, for that donation. And Sally has donated $20. Thank you for that, Sally. The message is beautifully done, Phil, with a smiley face with hearts in the eyes. So thank you for that, Sally. And I'm just hoping that the audio plays, because I still can't hear anything with my voice or any of the videos that I'm playing. And I think what happened is I started my mixer after my live stream software, and when I do that, it doesn't register the software, but it still works, and all the sounds going into the computer work, but anything coming out of the computer doesn't work. So as long as you guys can hear it, that's all that matters. And fingers crossed, maybe if I didn't say anything, nobody would notice. Who knows? But what you would notice is there's no background music, because when I can't hear it back, then I don't know that it's playing at the same time as the music videos, and then it clashes and sounds really bad. So no background music for tonight. Thank you, Sally, for that donation. And Teacher Man 1955 is in the house, so thank you for that. And it is a bit of a mouthful of a username, so I'll allow that one. So for myself, the message is, hi Phil, you're coming across loud and clear. A little donation to help keep it all running smoothly. Please pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Good decision not to drink rock with 3 guitars and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Teacher Man 1955. And I do have to scroll down again because Linda has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, no questions today. Had a rough last couple of days, but you just made it a lot better. Love the changes and new colours. Thank you, Phil. So thank you, Linda, for tuning in tonight, and I hope that you start to feel a little bit better throughout this live stream. Maybe we can just get that curve to rise. There's so much talk about curves in the UK at the moment with everything that's going on, and flattening it and then it decreasing, but then avoiding a second peak and all this stuff. So I hope, Linda, that your curve improves and that everything starts to feel a little bit better. Thank you so much for that donation and for commenting on the colours. I'm glad that you like them. It's always good to have a little bit of a change. I think it looks a little bit more professional now, at least in my opinion. For some reason, I like the rounded edges more than just having the squared edge. But anyway, thank you for that donation, Linda. And Angela has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. The message is some really fine acoustic guitar work on Paris Nord with a smiley face and a heart. So thank you for that, Angela. And George has donated $13.99. Thank you for that, George. And the message is a guy jumping up and down with number 1 written on his tummy and then fan. So number 1 fan, thank you for that, George. And Orlando's in the house as well and has donated $5. thank you for that. The message is, I did not know you were on the X Factor in 2013. What was Simon Cowell like? Question mark. So Simon Cowell wasn't on it that year, and it is probably a good thing because later on he'd probably realised that, yeah, one of the contestants he has to pay royalties to because he played an original song. So maybe that slipped through and flew under the radar so that they didn't notice it, but he wasn't on it with that particular show. Sharon Osbourne was, and that was interesting, but what a lot of people don't realise is that on these TV shows, there's no interaction between judges and contestants apart from when they film you, and that's it. And even when you get quite far in the competition, it's a very short amount of time that the contestants spend with the judges. So it's not quite as it looks on TV. So yeah, the only time I saw them were the 2 auditions that I did. And using the word auditions is maybe a little bit false. It's like false advertising because I did go on there to make a point, and thankfully that point did stand up, that if you just do something a bit crazy, you will get on TV, you will be featured ahead of other people who might be really talented, but they don't really make for a good TV show, and they try and put talent in with probably mostly just a lot of crazy auditions and a little bit of talent, whereas I would like a show where just lots of talent gets shown, and also have a link to their Instagram or Twitter or their website or their YouTube channel, and just get these independent artists some exposure, because it's such a great opportunity, but it is really focusing on judges and entertainment and TV show, and not the artists that turn up. So anyway, I was just making a point about that, but thank you, Orlando, for that donation. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, it's movie night again. Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man? Well, I haven't seen Rocket Man yet. So if it was me, it would be Rocket Man. But Bohemian Rhapsody is a great movie as well. And it was one of those movies that I think a lot of people were approaching with trepidation as to how they would approach it, but I think they did it pretty well, because it does cover a lot of Freddie's personality, or at least having Brian May involved as well, and Roger Taylor having obviously their experiences. I'm sure that they had a lot of input in how Freddie was cast, and the way, I mean, just having such a great actor playing the part of Freddie Mercury was really good as well. But personally, like I said, I don't want to go on too long. Rocket Man for me, because I haven't seen it. But if you've seen both of those, then I don't know what Rocket Man is like. Obviously, I'd say go for Bohemian Rhapsody. Thank you, Lisa, for that donation. And we are going to be jumping into the next video. Just before I do, there have been a few more donations. Thank you so much, guys. Chad has donated $10, and the message is, appreciate your analysis and just maybe stole some of your points to share with friends. So thank you for that, Chad, and that's absolutely fine. You can, it's all about learning and maybe listening to a few points, and hopefully I bring up a few things that people maybe haven't thought of before, or maybe appreciated about particular performances. But thank you for that, Chad. And Michelle has donated $30. Thank you for that, Michelle. The message is, Phil, thank you for being you and being there for us. Keep up the good work. So thank you, Michelle, for your support. Thank you, everybody, for your support in the live chat room tonight, just joining me on these live streams. And we've had another donation, and this is Ray, who's in the house. Thank you for joining me, Ray. It is a $50 donation. Thank you so much for that. It looks like there isn't a message with that I can see. I'll try and scroll to something here. Here we go. Yes, I now have the message on this screen somehow. But the message is, Laurie Pond, Laurie, Carla, Neil, I think all of the Wings of Pegasus moderators are awesome. I used to moderate my voice teacher's live streams, so I know how hard it can be. You also Phil and the wingers well. Thank you. You rock, with some rock horns. So thank you, Ray, for that. And again, a massive thank you to the moderators. Everybody say thank you to the moderators for doing such a great job. And hopefully, now that we've got some guidelines, it's going to be slightly easier for them to moderate as well, because now we can at least categorize comments and keep it really community based on these live streams. But thank you so much, Ray, for that donation. We are going to be getting into the next video, and again, it's going to be a case of if Kathy does comment, I can then see the comment and then change the settings. So if Kathy is out there, if you could comment during this next video, it would be great. But it is quite a short one because the cover for tonight was requested by Linda over on Patreon. Thank you for that, Linda. And it was my cover of Eruption by Van Halen. And I totally forgot to put the drums in on this when I did it, and then only realized afterwards when somebody said there's no drums. But anyway, this is me just playing Eruption, or at least attempting to, my own version of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys after this. Rock. And there we have it. That was my cover of Eruption by Van Halen. Hopefully I stopped that at the right time, because at the end there is a long note that when Eddie's playing it, he just does a dive bomb to a pitch and then locks in that pitch once he hits exactly where he wants to be, whereas I didn't have that luxury of locking it in, so I had to hold my whammy bar exactly where it was. But anyway, it's something that maybe if you do play the guitar, you'll know what I'm talking about with the Floyd Rose and doing the dive bomb and then holding it there and turning the volume down slowly so you don't get loads of clinking and clanging going on. But anyway, hopefully I didn't cut that off at the wrong time, but I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let me get the super chat window up on screen again, because we've had a little bit of action in there. We're going to have to scroll down a little bit to see what's happened. It's Ian, and I've got it on this screen. So it's a donation for $130. So thank you, Ian, so much for that. A crazy donation. And the message is for getting to 130,000 subscribers. Thank you, Ian. It's massively appreciated. And everybody, I always say about Ian, he's done a cover of one of my songs called Don't Cry on his YouTube channel, and also releases music on that channel as well with videos, so you guys can check that out if you do get a chance. And it's one of those things that when I mentioned earlier about not putting websites and links and all that kind of thing, I think it's fine to check out somebody's channel and go off and find it and maybe check them out and maybe get into some of their videos and comment. That's all okay, because that is a community thing. It's great to support each other. It's just when it does start to become people that maybe come in and start posting too much and I guess it's called spamming. You do get this sometimes where people just put loads and loads and loads of comments about a particular website or a particular cover that they've done and all this kind of stuff, whereas this is now good that we've got these guidelines that you can refer back to at the beginning of this video if you didn't see it. But thank you, Ian, so much for that donation, and I think that might be it in the donation. I can't see, unfortunately, it's taking a little bit of time, but we have had a donation from Deb in the house, who has donated $4.99. Thank you for that. And the message is just cuz, and a heart and some horns. So thank you for that. Deb. And Nora 101 has donated $10. Thank you for that, Nora. The message is, how long did it take you to learn to play Eruption? Awesome job! Exclamation mark. So I'm not sure, maybe a couple of weeks. It's something that with my covers, they tend to take about a couple of weeks to get down. That was a little bit easy because there wasn't anything else to do. I didn't have to play bass or put any keys in or drums or singing or harmony lines. So it was a little bit easier, but because it's a solo with so many notes in that are so difficult to distinguish which notes are played when, it's something that did take a couple of weeks to get down. And obviously the tapping part, I could play that years and years ago. I think it's one of the first things that people learn when they're into 80s music and they're into tapping. They always start learning that part of Eruption. It's just the rest of it that I had to work on a little bit just to make sure that I got each note as close as I could. I wasn't too bothered about playing something really, really fast. I just wanted to get it accurate because I think accuracy is much more important than speed. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for these donations in the Super Chat window. We have had another one just underneath that from Harlot, so thank you for that. It's $1.99. Thank you for that. And the message, how about a cover of Van Halen's Hot for Teacher? And that's another thing that I learned to play. I think I did a Riff of the Week, Hot for Teacher. So if you want to see me playing the intro to that, the Riff of the Week videos are on here somewhere. There's 100 of them, and you'll be able to find them maybe if you type in Wings of Pegasus Riff of the Week. But which number that is, I don't know. Like I said, there's 100 of those on this channel somewhere. And that's what's quite funny when people say, have you got any videos of you playing the guitar? You're just looking at other players. Why don't you just pick one up yourself? And why don't you just record your own music? And all this stuff. They don't realize how many videos there are on this channel of me playing the guitar, and also the fact that they've obviously never tuned into the live stream Tuesdays or Saturdays, because I always play my original stuff on these nights as well. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Harlot. And Orlando is in the house as well, who donated earlier, of course, but is in the house of the super chat window and has donated $5 again. Thank you, Orlando. The message is there a metal version of Paris Nord? I really like that song. So the full version of it is on my album called Persistence, and you can get that on iTunes and on Amazon. But also the best place to get it for me is wingsofpegasus.com/store. And that is, I wouldn't say a metal version of it because it is like a ballad. It's not really one of those songs that you can make particularly heavy without, I think, potentially ruining the message or the lyrical content that's in there. So not really a metal version, just my version of the full band sound with guitar solo and keys and all that kind of stuff. So there is a full version of it. But thank you, Orlando, again. And we have Porgy Tire Biter MC, who has donated $50. Thank you so much for that. And I'm not sure what currency that is. It looks like a $sign, but thank you for that donation. And I haven't got any message on screen that I can look at the moment, so maybe we will get to that in the future of the live stream. But thank you for that. And it's just popped up because Lucy has just donated underneath that. But the Porgy Tire Biter MC message was, would you consider analysing some Joni Mitchell during Miles of Isles period in which her band included H. Hancock and the amazing Jaco Pastorius? So thank you for that. And the way that the analysis videos work is that I just look at all the videos. I have a very long list of requests and suggestions so that I just work my way through those. So it's not really a case of me considering to do one and then not doing another one. I just have a look through the list and see who is up for that night. So I will add that to the list. Thank you so much for that donation. And Lucy has just donated underneath that as well. I'm having to look all over the place to try and find the comments, but thank you for this, Lucy. It's a donation of $24.99. The message is my Cross the Pond Fund donation for Philfest, Wingerstock, Wingerpalooza have to take a vote with some Rockhorn's heart and some peace. So thank you so much for that, Lucy, and we will have to have a vote on whatever it will be called when I do Cross the Pond at some point in the future. Hopefully everything's going to go back to normal at some point with the crazy situation we've got at the moment. But thank you so much for that, Lucy. We are going to be jumping into the next video of the night. Hang on, it's 52 minutes past 12 and I haven't even plugged the mug yet. This is what I'm like. I'm just rubbish at my own live streams. So you can hit that like if you want, spike the likes, and we try to get up to 200 likes for these live streams. That is the target that I should have set at the beginning, but I forgot to mention it all. So you can also pick up a mug if you want to in the tray underneath this video, and a t-shirt as well, which I don't have on now because I wore it at the last live stream, but there are Wings of Pegasus t-shirts underneath this live stream as well. So there we go. It's almost an hour in, and it's the first time I've mentioned this, and orange squash for tonight in the Spike the Likes mug. So we're going to be getting into the next video, and this was requested by Kevin over on Patreon. It is my song called Percy Johnson. It's going to be the lyric video for it, so you can read along at the same time. And while this is playing, I'll keep, I almost said steep, which was a combination of keep and still. So I will still and keep looking out for Kathy in the live chat room to see if I can click on her name to change the settings, but maybe we're just not destined to be able to do that tonight. We will see. So we're going to get into this video just quickly. Yayoi has donated $10. Thank you for that. And the message has gone through the screen. Let me see if I can catch it. Here it is. Hi Phil and everyone. Phil, sorry, this is totally unrelated to music, but do you like EPL soccer? I was curious if you are a football fan. I'm a Newcastle FC fan, and could you play Don't Cry Please? So, unfortunately, with Don't Cry, I'm not sure if I've loaded it into the software for tonight. It might be a remnant from a previous live stream if I can see it anywhere, so I might better play that as the last video. But thank you for that donation, $10. And to answer the question, yes, I am a soccer fan. I support Tottenham Hotspur here in the UK, but I'm not one of these really serious supporters. I think I just watch football and I enjoy watching football, and I used to play football quite a lot and got to a decent level when I was young. I used to play 3 matches a week and train twice a week, so pretty much every day I was playing football, and that was pretty much up until I was 19, and then I decided that I didn't enjoy football as much as I enjoyed music. And also, the higher you get up that ladder of football, obviously the more competitive it becomes, and you have to maybe get the manager to like you, or you have to be a bit louder than all the other players in order to play on the pitch, because the manager can decide to put you on the bench. And it was one of those situations where, especially when I was a teenager, we were playing a team who previously I scored a hat-trick, which is where you score 3 goals against them. So we won that match. And for the next match, the manager said, okay guys, last time we played these guys, we beat them and Phil got a hat-trick. And then he named the team and I was on the bench, which means that I didn't play. So that didn't really make sense to me. But anyway, I continued and persevered until I was 19. And then I thought, I'm not really enjoying this anymore. Even though I was probably seen as a decent player, I think even if you're good at something, you should just do what you enjoy, because there's no point trying to fake liking something, because eventually your soul will just disappear and disintegrate. And it's better to do something you enjoy, and even if you're not very good at it, just work at it and get better, rather than spend time on something that you don't particularly enjoy but you might be a bit better at, because you need to do the things that does well, do feed your soul throughout your whole life. But anyway, a long answer to that. Apologies for that, but thank you, Yayoi, for that donation and the question. And Odyssey of Ascension is in the house again and was last in the house at 10:30 when I saw them commenting. So thank you for joining me again. The message is, hi Phil, hi Wingers, it's Roxanne from Facebook Wingers Supporters Group. Want to thank you and all for this rocking reality. Shout out to Vince G for turning me on to the warning. Epic. Love to all with a heart and a rose. So thank you for that. And as Roxanne's just mentioned, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus Supporters Group. There's too many S's. Over on Facebook, search for that and Laura will allow you into there. And also Vince hosts the after party normally after the live streams. I'm not sure if Vince is in the house tonight. I haven't been able to see in the comments section yet, but I'll keep a lookout for that live chat room, as it's also called. Let's get into this video before anything else happens or goes wrong, and it's going to be the lyric video to Percy Johnson, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Beyond under
And there we have it, a little bit of a delay coming back to me, but that was my song called Percy Johnson. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And also at the end, that was one of those videos that was exclusively for patrons. It came out quite a while ago, but it's exclusively for you guys on the live streams as well. And thank you, Kathy, for doing a comment, because then I got the option to remove you as a moderator. So hopefully, if Kathy does comment again in the live chat room, it should go through just as a normal comment, but we will wait and see if that does happen. We can try that out. Fingers crossed. And I did get the confirmation that you're no longer a moderator, so that's all fine. It's all gone well, at least with this side of things. And thank you for all of your time moderating over the last however many months, probably a year, maybe over a year. So thank you so much for that, Kathy. And we have a little bit more action in the super chat window. Let me just get this up on screen, because Jeannie has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. And the message I can't see at the moment, unfortunately, on either of my screens. So we'll have to wait and see. First things first, before we get into the next video, we have to try and figure out what the next video is going to be, which one to choose, because I do have not only the Don't Cry lyric video, but also the Don't Cry video that has my sister in it. So I'm going to do a quick vote in the live chat room to see which one of those videos you want to see, and whichever one you choose, we will play. And just while I'm talking about you guys in the live chat room, if you have hit that thumbs up, thank you so much. And if you haven't, there's still an opportunity to do that. We only need 4 more people in order to get to 200 likes for this live stream. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet and you are in that live chat room, please hit that thumbs up and we can spike the likes. On the hour, it's actually 3 minutes past the hour here. It's 1 a.m. It's actually 1:03 a.m. here. So we'll see if we can get a spike of the likes at this time. So I'm going to be looking into the live chat room. I know that there is a little bit of a delay from when I asked the question, and we have had a bit of a response, and Karen says either one is good, which is great, thank you, but I need a little bit more clarification. Stephen has said sister video, and Sue has said sister video, so that is the one that we're going to choose, but thank you, Karen. I could have maybe flipped a coin if everyone had just said which one, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, we will get into this final video, and because I haven't set it up for the show, I did see it, and now I have to try and find it again. So this is going to be interesting, and there it is. Okay, fingers crossed this is going to work. It's my song called Don't Cry, featuring my sister, and I'll be in the live chat room while this is all playing. And we have had another donation just quickly in the super chat window. Jeannie's message was thanks over the top of a heart, so thank you for that. And Michael has donated $5 just now as well, so thank you for that, Michael. And the message is, how about you doing cover of Hendrix's Castle Made of Sands, since you said Axe's album was one of your first albums. So thank you for that, Michael. And this is the thing about Jimi Hendrix songs and playing, is that it's one of those things that, because I started listening to Jimi Hendrix at such a young age, it's almost like hallowed ground. You don't want to even attempt doing anything because the original's so good. And it might be something that I do in the future, but I'd have to either do my own version of it or try and get it as close to Hendrix as possible, because it would be more of a tribute video, I guess, if I was trying to get it exactly the same, and that would take probably years to try and get it close. So it might have to be as close as I can get it, but a bit of my own version as well. So we will see in the future, but it is a possibility. And yeah, it's certainly a track as well that is a little bit off the beaten track, because a lot of people just instantly go for Voodoo Child, and yeah, it's one of those songs. Also Little Wing, but they're all good songs. So pretty much anything that I choose, I think, would be really enjoyable to do. But thank you, Michael, so much for that donation. And we will get into this final video. It's going to be Don't Cry featuring my sister. And hopefully you guys enjoy this one. And I'll be in the live chat room as always. I'll have to keep an eye out to see if Kathy does comment again to see if it's all worked, but it should have done because I did get that confirmation. Anyway, I'll see you guys after this. Rock. What am I doing that for? That's hoping that it actually works because I'm not sure if it will. So here's hoping, and we'll rock with some hope. And I'll see you guys after this. There we go, that was my song called Don't Cry, and it did work. So maybe I should cross my fingers more often, and hopefully I didn't interrupt that too early because I can't hear the song or what I'm saying, but I think it's okay going into the computer from obviously the live stream so far, you guys would have said if you couldn't hear me. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And also, just to mention that if you did join this live stream a little bit late, I do go through at the beginning of the video the fact that we've reached 130,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for liking the videos and subscribing. But also, because of the amount of emails and messages and things that I do get, being asked to check out lots of different things, we're going to be trying to keep the community side of things going strong here on the live streams. So I did address that at the beginning. So if you are watching this and you joined a little bit late, you can rewind it when the live stream's over, because I always upload it to Patreon but also make it public, so you guys can go back to the beginning and also just check out some of the guidelines moving forward, because it's one of those things. I think as well we're going to be experiencing more trolls coming along, but it is quite a good sign that there are people even bothered enough to get onto the live stream, because the live streams and the videos and the channel is obviously getting out there enough for people to notice it and spend their time on it. Even if they're saying something negative, I think with YouTube it all counts as interaction, so it does in a weird way help the channel to grow. And the problem is that they then get notified about everything because YouTube thinks they like the videos because they're commenting, and I think the algorithm doesn't work out what the person's saying. It just knows that they've watched a video and they've commented on a video, and then they've come back and watched another video and commented again. So they keep on getting the stuff suggested. So when people do say to me, why do you keep getting suggested in my feed? I say it's because you're contacting me, and that's what YouTube is looking for. It thinks that what you're saying to me is nice and that you're liking the videos, so it's going to keep on suggesting it. And yeah, by messaging me, they just make the situation even worse. They'll get suggested even more of my videos. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Just before we do finish, we have Paula, who has come into the live stream right at the end, fashionably late as always, and Paula has donated $10. Thank you for that, Paula. And the message is a Superman guy, the same guy as always, just flying through the air. So thank you for that, Paula. And also, I think I missed some this is something that I don't want to do. I think I've missed some donations in the super chat window, so let me just scroll up a little bit to make sure. And Jen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Jen. The message is, thanks again for the place and the space in this wasteland, with a heart. So thank you for that, Jen. Also, Orlando has donated again, and this is $5. Thank you, Orlando. The message is, it is amazing you keep up with all the activity on your live streams. Thank you for what you do. I am happy to be a new patron member. I need a mug, with a picture of a mug. So yes, thank you, Orlando, for joining over on Patreon. I'll message you after this a little bit later just to say thanks again, even though I'm saying thanks now. And yes, if you do get a mug, and if anybody gets a mug from the tray underneath this video, go to Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook, and you can upload a picture there yourself, and I will feature it on the live streams. So you can get yourself on the live stream, or it doesn't have to be of you, just of the mug is good as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. Also, a massive thank you, like I said at the beginning of this video, of the live stream, to the moderators, for Kathy, for all of the moderating that she's done over the last year, even longer. It's just flown by. And also to Carla and Laurie and Neil, who are in the house tonight, just moderating so well. I think it is one of those things that flies under the radar because they do it so well. People don't realize how much work it is for the moderators on these live streams. And if there is a problem, and any of you have a problem with the live stream or anything that's been said, or the moderators, like I said, go back to the beginning of the video just to see the guidelines that have now been laid out. But I'm easy to get in contact with. I am all over my sites. So if there is anything that you want to speak to me directly about, then you can message me in the comments section of the YouTube videos. You can contact me on the website, wingsofpegasus.com. If you're a patron, you can direct message me there. I do check all the other sites as well. Facebook, you can message the Wings of Pegasus page. These are all things that I check on a nightly basis. So I'm very accessible, and if there is a particular problem that you're having with the live stream, then you can contact me directly as well. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hopefully it hasn't been too bad and that the lack of sound on my side hasn't affected it. And just to say as well, a massive thank you for hitting the thumbs up, because I can see that we've got 220 likes. So we have hit our target. It is massively appreciated from you guys. Just to spend time on my channel is amazing. So I do appreciate that massively. And we have just so much action in the super chat window on these live streams. I just want to really make sure that I didn't miss anybody out, because I did do that a couple of weeks ago, and it looks like Paula has donated again. So Paula, trying to catch me out with another donation. Thank you so much for that. It is $5, but I spotted it, and the message is keep it up, and it's that guy lifting the weights again. So thank you for that second donation, Paula. We're going to be calling this to a close now. Thank you guys for spending your Tuesday night with me. I'm going to be back on Saturday night at the same time, and I'll be doing another analysis video tomorrow night and every single night apart from the live streams. So I'll see you guys in the comments section, and as always, I'll be on Patreon later tonight, just checking the messages over there. But if I don't see you guys at the next live stream, I'll definitely see you at the analysis videos, but hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you guys when I next see you. Fingers crossed that this is all going to go smoothly, ending the live stream, and this is going to be the theme for the live stream tonight. Just crossing your fingers and hoping that it all goes well. But I will see you guys soon. Stay safe, stay isolating if you can, self-isolating as we're doing here in the UK, and hopefully things will improve. Just keep safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining me. Catch you later. Rock.